Okay. Hello, long time no see. About to give you guys the whole update of my life and what has been going on the past couple of months. So let's get into it, shall we? Well, I had received some bad news. I dealt with the unexpected passing of my dad. It was really hard on me. Definitely was more than I probably led on to anyone like on social media or even like my friends. Very difficult time. Took a long break, and I think for the first time really paused my life, but I couldn't help but think he was so young, like he was in his 40s. I couldn't help but think, did he leave feeling fulfilled with what he has done in his life? Where I kind of brought the question to myself. Surprisingly, I wasn't fulfilled with what I was doing. I was always very stressed and full of anxiety, so it really just changed my perspective in life. As much as I have accomplished, I felt like I wasn't living in my accomplishments, and I wasn't really even rewarding myself for how hard I was working. I was just always on the go, like what's next, living such a fast-paced life. And I felt like more of you guys acknowledge what I was doing and how far I've came for my age than I was. And honestly, I no longer wanted to be a part of hustle culture. Hustle culture is just where you're always trying to do better with yourself. Like there's almost like no limit. I've talked about it on my channel before. I'll go ahead and have the video up here or down below. I think in the past year I have been realizing that I don't want to be in this type of environment, but I also had no sense of direction how to escape it because I never allowed myself that time to figure out what I wanted to do. And so during this time, it really allowed myself to see what else was out there for me. And so I totally adjusted my mindset, started doing what I would call my flow days, or more of a technical term, slow days in my life, where I would just wake up and I would ask myself, what would I like to do today that's gonna fulfill me? No matter what it was, no matter how small it was, like what was it that I wanted to do? And so I started doing those days, and I just felt so much happier because I wasn't, one, forcing myself to do anything or allowing any outside noise to kind of hinder what I personally wanted to do. I got so much more things done. I started doing a lot of things around the house. I made this desk that I'm currently at. I cleaned out my office. I created an actual work environment that I feel very inspirational and creative in. I basically just adapted a slower living lifestyle. And I don't want to go into technical terms of like what exactly that is, like you need to be doing this, and this, because I honestly feel like it's just completely up to you. And so it's basically, you just don't want to feed into the pressure of society of always being productive, being busy is better, basically just chores and just really obligating yourself to all of these responsibilities that we so-called need to be doing. And if we take a day off, or we do something very little, or we didn't get as much done that day, it wasn't a successful day. I would feel so guilty for allowing myself to honestly rest. And it wouldn't be until I had hit my point of burnout that I would allow myself to rest. And then I would be so dead that I would literally just want to lay in bed all day. And that is completely fine, but at that point, it's like, no, because you should be doing maybe other things like going on a walk, or really just kind of experiencing life and just really doing things that you love regardless of what society would say, or I guess like the proper way of doing things. One of the examples that I would like to share is the farmer's market. I love going to the farmer's market, but sometimes I'm like, well, I can always get things that are less expensive and that is more convenient to me if I just go to the store store. And so I kind of stopped going to the farmer's market because it was like, what was the point of going to the farmer's market if one, everything was so expensive? I would much rather go to the store. And two, it's just like, you know, you're kind of wasting your time if you're not going to buy anything. I'm realizing it's not about going and finding something. It's more about the experience. Waking up on a Saturday morning, getting dressed up, putting your dress on, getting your cute little basket, and just walking around and seeing all of the fun things that your local community can provide you. Going to the farmer's market is definitely a better experience than going to Walmart. Things like that where people would normally say, well, why would you even go if you're not gonna purchase anything? You're just kind of wasting time. But in my sense, I'm not wasting time because I enjoy the experience. And so ever since I have been doing more things that are similar in that aspect, I have really attracted better opportunities for myself and opportunities that really aligned with who I am and who I'm becoming. I created a new TikTok. I also worked on posting photos on my Instagram in a certain style that would attract the kind of opportunities that I would want. And so with my TikTok, I wanted it to be very wellness based, lifestyle. And also I received a comment talking about how she is working on, you know, getting rid of all the things that we were basically taught in society of like how we should be living and how we should be working and, you know, being productive with our time. And I think that's like one of the hardest things because like I said before, when I would take a day off, I felt so guilty. Like even during this time, I'm like feeling so guilty that I'm even taking this time off. So relearning everything and relearning new habits and adjusting to a new mindset truly is painful and very difficult. But once you start realizing and opening your mind up to like, no, this is your life. And even though that you were brought up a certain way, you are ultimately in charge of your life and what you want to do with that. So I think a lot of people really overcomplicate things, and especially with like manifesting. What I have learned, it really is just these things, and you really don't even have to believe in law of attraction or manifesting to do this because you already are doing it because of the way that your mindset is. My mindset is different from your mindset, for it attracts different type of results. And so it kind of goes like this. What I think that we initially do is that we first start off with an intention, and then it goes into belief, and then we have to take action, and that is when it manifests into our life. When you first start with an intention, for example, my intention is I want to have a successful YouTube channel. Then you go into the belief. Do you truly believe that this would be a possibility for you? Okay, yes, I truly believe that this is a possibility. If you don't believe, it's probably because you're basing it on past experiences where maybe you are having a blockage. The only way that I can make money is through a traditional job. Like there's no way that I'm able to make enough money to sustain my income and lifestyle. So there you go, there's your belief and there's your block. And so the only way to eliminate this block is to work on changing your mindset. So once that block is eliminated, you're in a mindset where you believe that it can happen. So you do believe in yourself. And then it goes into action. It won't come without any type of action. But if you take that action and you start a YouTube channel and you place the effort into it with all of these other things, then that is when it manifests into your life. And so that is kind of like a simple way of putting in manifesting and kind of like, I guess, creating your own life is those 4 things. And that is how I basically have lived my life for so long. And so far, that is how everything has worked out. And so that was just kind of like something small that I wanted to share with you guys. But basically today I am having my flow day, and it may not even be anything extravagant, but just know that that is completely okay because it is what I wanted to do today. I am also not having a phone day. My energy is really good today, and I don't want to cloud any of that by seeing anything that maybe I don't want to see on social media. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off my coffee, and I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. For lunch, I'm gonna be having a salad and some roasted potatoes. Potatoes are literally like favorite foods ever. So I got some Yukon potatoes. Only like eating just because they don't taste like dirt to me. So yeah, they're not very earthy, they're more buttery, and that is why I like them. So I'm basically gonna do this very lazy. I'm just gonna cut them while they're in the pan. So ever since I've been eliminating meat out of my diet, I just feel so much better. I've lost a ton of weight, and also I think with like Green Chef and HelloFresh, like the proportioned serving sizes really helps because you don't really overeat. I think like one of the hardest things when going from like eating a lot of meat to being more plant-based is, what do you eat? And honestly, I think that's, I just realized I'm cutting these into cubes and I wanted them to be fries. Look at this. I was very close-minded to what kind of meals that you can eat, but honestly, I've been exploring so many different meals that I am just obsessed with, and I don't feel like I'm missing out. Roasted potatoes is like one of my go-to. They are delicious. I just add some olive oil to them, definitely salt, and some pepper, garlic powder. I like to put parsley on them, and then I'll add some Parmesan to them. I like to toss them in a bit of sugar as well. But basically I got this idea because I think it is Wingstop that has those really good Parmesan fries, and they're like a little bit sweet. So good. So it's kind of similar to that. I'm gonna pop these in. This is one of my favorite salads. I found this at the store. Sweet kale salad. Just like another fun meal that I've realized that I kind of elevated. So it's not like just like a regular chef salad or house salad. All right, back to my office. Got my lunch right here. I want to finish off my Skillshare class that I've been taking. I definitely want to make 2022 a year of new learning, growth, and just really connecting with my creativity. And I love doing that through Skillshare. To go back to what I was saying earlier, like yes, your day-to-day probably is filled with a bunch of things that you're supposed to be doing, but I think this is just like a great way to prioritize your self-care as a way to invest in yourself, unwind, and relax. So one of my favorite classes that I have been obsessed with is this Designing the Life You Want 4 Exercises for Clarity and Motivation by Michelle B.
Put them into the negative column. From doing this activity my weeks, so going rock climbing, going on walks with friends. In my negative, so you're doing exactly the opposite of what you've just done. You're reflecting on the times when you felt.
I love this class on top of all the new premium classes that they release every single week. So there's always gonna be something new for you to enjoy. And I would honestly love for you guys to check out this class. Luckily, I was able to partner up with Skillshare, and they have been so grateful that they are actually going to allow you guys to try it out for free. So for the first 1,000 people to use this link, will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. It's gonna be down below, so definitely make sure to check that out. And thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this portion of the video. definitely wanted to get out today. I love coming to this park during the summer because all the grass is super green, and I just love just like coming barefoot and just, you know, grounding myself.